It fell while you were busy, and you didn't catch it, her smile teased. I got most of it, I grinned back. She then cleaned up with her fingers, putting every bit she found into her mouth with a proud swallow. She was about to kiss me, but I paused. What? No kiss. From now on, every bit you have will be mine to keep, she declared. Really? I looked at the steering wheel again, and she followed my gaze. Wow, your aim's a bit off. I got it with the first try though, I defended. But the wheel, dash, and window, what do you call that? Collateral damage, she joked, cleaning up every trace she found and eating it with a big show. After she finished, she gulped down, then kissed me so hard and deep that I got excited again. You need to chill and drive us to the next hotel. I've got an itch that needs scratching and a spot that needs filling. 2, actually. 3. I'm going to be your first for something new, Michael. Who would have thought that after all these years, you'd be trying something new with me? I started the SUV, drove off the side road, and onto the highway until the next exit. There was a Hampton Inn right there, so I pulled in and parked in a far spot. Isabella touched me the whole way there, and when I killed the engine, she gave it one last squeeze. Put that away so we can check if our plans are working out. I was about to tidy myself up when Isabella stopped me. Sorry, I can't help it. She took me in her mouth as much as she could and started doing amazing things with her tongue and muscles. She didn't stop, and soon an overwhelming feeling built up. Isabella, it's happening. She grabbed me tight and doubled down on what she was doing. I released, and it felt never-ending. Then I was calm, and Isabella pulled away. She planted a gentle kiss before helping me tuck back into my pants and zipping up. Tonight's going to be something, she said. How so? I figure a woman can come 8 to 10 times for every one time a guy does. So, you owe me like 20 orgasms so far. Isabella, I'll make sure you get them for as long as you let me. Maybe I should get you one of those remote vibrators so I can surprise you whenever I'm nearby. I have one, but it's nothing compared to your touch. Or Pete's before. But your touch, Michael, can I ask you something big before we go inside? Isabella, you can ask me anything. Her serious look told me this was a big moment for us. I'm listening, Isabella. Go ahead. When I mentioned your touch, I realized I wanted to be mine from now on, Michael. This is scary for me because it's all happening so fast. I didn't plan for this, but here we are. What are you saying, Isabella? I love you. I want this moment to be like our own special start. Even if it's not official, I want us to share everything. You're sure this isn't about getting over someone else or just a moment of fun? At first, maybe I just wanted fun. But then you showed me real love, and the game we played made me see I've always wanted someone like you who cares about me deeply. So this really would become ours, wouldn't it? Yes, that's how it works. Everything I am would be yours, and I cherish whatever you share with me. It's a big risk because you could really hurt me, but I love you that much, Michael. I feel the same. I'm scared of getting hurt so bad it breaks me completely. I hugged my new love tightly. Isabella, we might not match in every way, and I'd like to keep it that way till we're truly official. But from this moment, I'm yours, and those were my promises to you. Michael, I'm yours too, from now till forever. This moment is our promise till we can make it official. Whenever you're ready, I'm here for whatever comes next. The time is now, I said. Really? Isabella's eyes sparkled with surprise and joy. Really, I replied. No waiting? No waiting, I confirmed. Oh, Michael. We shared another long, deep kiss. Let's handle our past so we can move forward. We grabbed our things and checked into the hotel. In our room, we got comfortable and started planning our next steps in business, already knowing what we wanted next in our personal lives. We both picked up our phones. Hello, Haley said. Isabella, hello, I said. Arrow, how's everything going? Any news? He agreed to it. That was unexpected. That move was smart, he replied. No worries. Let everyone know to stay put. The good people won't be let go, and those who weren't fair, let's just say they won't be our problem. That tone does mean business. Thanks, Haley, you're a true friend. We've got a lot to catch up on, but later. Make sure to check everything we have, every last detail, all right? We'll talk more soon. If anything comes up, text me. I've got plans that can't be interrupted. Thanks again. Talk soon. Hanging up, Isabella and I looked at each other, ready for what comes next. I missed some of what you said. Share yours, and I'll share mine, I told her. Isabella gave me a quick kiss and sat on my lap, her hair making me feel funny down there. So, Pete's going to sell the business. He told everyone they need new jobs since the new bosses will likely want their own crew. I told Haley to spread the word to our closest friends, the ones who didn't get mixed up with Pete's mess. She's keeping us updated over texts. She wondered why not call, and I said I might be busy with something or someone, I added with a smile. I caught that last bit, and you did not say that, I joked with her. No, but I was thinking it. Your turn, she replied, moving in a way that made me even more excited. Jagger's always a step ahead. He had one of our guys pretend to be a tax man and scare Pete big time. Pete called Arrow right after, ready to sell without a second thought. Just like that? Yep, our guy Poacher has a way of sounding really scary. Pete was so shaken he didn't want to wait and wanted to sign the papers ASAP. He's going to settle some tax stuff with the sale money. What about the $1,800,000 in my account? Should I keep it? For sure. Think of it as a gift from Pete. But how will we manage to buy the company? I need to be honest, Isabella. If you want to take back all you said, it's okay. I'm actually pretty rich. How rich? I once fixed a huge mess for a big fast food chain. Their ordering system was a disaster. They asked for help, and I figured out the solution. Before I agreed to fix it, I asked for extra payment if I beat the deadline and a small share of their profits for 10 years. And well, they agreed. Really? Yes. They thought I was asking for too much, but I wanted to be rewarded for my effort. So I finished the job way early, and now I earn a lot from it. Buying Pete's company? I can do that easily with what I make each month. So, what's next for us? We need to see who's left at the company and how good they are. Looks like you're about to become more than just my partner. What do you mean? You'll be the president of the company. President? Yes, running the company. I'll keep fixing problems as a programmer, but I don't care about being the boss. What matters to me is us. So, I have to cover up now? Don't be silly. You're such a flirt. Me, a flirt? I'm glad you see it too. I didn't say yes. That question mark means it was a question. What? You're calling me a flirt now? If it fits. What about if things fit well between us, flirt? I whispered and then kissed her ear. She smiled, and it felt like time flew by. The next morning, after a special shower, we had breakfast. When I made a call, I said, Arrow, this is Michael. Go ahead with buying everything after checking the stock. Get his house too. Houses, Michael, Isabella chimed in. What? He has more than one house, she added. Did you hear that, Arrow? Is that lovely lady still with you? How did you keep her interested with your huge brain? Arrow, I'm Isabella, and yes, I love his brilliant brain. Arrow's laughter was so loud it filled the room. Oh, Isabella, it's great to know a woman likes my son and sees his true worth. But if you hurt him, I'll have to act tough. I'd never hurt him, and I'm eager to meet all his Marine pals and learn about all the stuff, like how Michael says it stings to get something in your eyes. What? Arrow yelled out. Later, Arrow. Need to hit the restroom, Isabella said, blowing a kiss. Arrow, she's quite the catch, I remarked. Rugged man, she's all yours. No offense, but she's nothing like Catherine. This one's for keeps, long term. Yes, and that's why we need to seal this deal. So, why is this mission so critical for me? Arrow asked. I filled an arrow about Pete, his business, and Catherine. He was taken aback. Rugged man, this isn't just about showing off, right? No man, I truly love her. Catherine's out of my life once this is final. I want Pete out of my house and any others we own. I'll take over his properties. Whatever Isabella doesn't want, I'll sell. Then I want to push this company to the top. Isabella will be president, and I want her to shine. Got it. I'll get the property list to Jagger for his take, Arrow said. Hey boys, still at it? Isabella returned. Yes. After your shocker, Arrow was quite distracted. Ooh, Arrow, does your wife enjoy your smarts? Nope, Miss Isabella, she's all about my other qualities. Isabella choked on her water at that, spraying it out. She did not just do that. Yep, Arrow, she did. I'm smitten, I said. After recovering from her cough, Isabella playfully hit me. Arrow, you'll pay for this, she joked. Of course, ma'am. Arrow, thanks for helping us. It means a lot, Isabella said. Rugged man has done a lot for many folks. I'm all in for helping. Can't wait to meet you properly. Once things settle, I want you, the Marines, and their families over for a barbecue. Know any good cooks? Sure do. We'll make sure to invite everyone. Great, and Mrs. Arrow makes awesome potato salad. Bye, Arrow said. Isabella, I softly said. Farewell, ma'am, Arrow replied with admiration. Later, rugged man. See you, Arrow. Isabella and I were quiet for some time. You know you're pretty much a Marine wife now, right? I said before the wedding we made promises before God. We're as married as it gets. Then let's head upstairs to celebrate that fact. More celebrating? Okay. It took us 2.5 days to get here, but with all the celebrating, we'll need 4 days back. We'll move into the house when we return and start our company work on Monday. Deal, she said as we left. I was focused on my mission. Now shared with Isabella, we planned to make Pete's life miserable by dumping him and my cheating wife, Catherine. I now owned the company and his house. He'd be out on the streets soon. Isabella was to be the company president. We'd move into the house and start our family, a dream for us both, unlike Catherine, who didn't want kids, probably because she was unfaithful. Now, I didn't care about her at all. My Marine friends had come through time and again, Jagger with the house sale and Arrow finding a way to legally take Pete's company from under him. Pete would lose everything, his company, house, car, other properties, and soon his freedom when we exposed his tax evasion to the IRS. Stopping for gas in Cheyenne, we spent 2 days in a hotel, deeply in love. We roamed around naked, always ready for each other. I worried about being too sore, while Isabella seemed endlessly ready. We kept to a promise, saving something special for our official wedding, but every time we were together, we imagined starting a family, a thought that thrilled Isabella. If it were possible, I'd grant her a child monthly just to see her that happy. On day 2, we went to the big car. Isabella took the keys, opened the door for me, and told me to get in. I'm driving today, she said. Sure, I replied. She was surprised, no fight. Pete never let me drive his cars. Now they're yours. We can sell them if you want, I told her. The money goes back to the company, right? She asked. Yes, all for the company. And soon I'll buy the house and the cars you like, so they're really ours, I said. She hugged and kissed me, and I loved it. I got in the car. When Isabella tried to reach the pedals, she couldn't. It made me laugh. We're not all tall, she joked and adjusted her seat and the mirrors until she was comfy. But when we were about to leave, she said something felt wrong. What's up? I asked. It's silly, she said, but I drive better when I see your, parts. It gives me confidence. So, I did what she asked, feeling brave. Isabella drove us for 3 hours until we needed gas at the gas station. Things got spicy, then we joked and went inside to grab some snacks, acting like a bold couple. Once back in the car, Isabella said, "Your turn to drive. I want to relax and enjoy." Sure, I laughed. Before we left, she got comfortable in her own special way, making me promise to keep things fun between us. I promised, excited for our future. As we drove, we talked about making our new place feel like home, but I was unsure. It's hard thinking about making a home where Pete was with you, I admitted. Isabella understood and promised to talk to Arrow about it. The trip back was filled with playful moments, making us forget the tough stuff for a while. Back in Boise, we checked into a hotel with a big bed, took a careful shower, and went to bed happy but thinking about the future. We shared kisses and touches until Isabel lay down, her body open and ready. "Michael, please make love to me, hard," she begged. I moved beside her so she could warm me up while I touched her quickly and with force. When I was ready, I went between her legs, used my mouth to get her more ready, mixing with her own heat. I put myself at her entrance and pushed in all the way, moving fast and hard, worrying we might disturb the neighbors. Isabella hid her face and yelled out as she felt pleasure, moving her hips to meet mine. "Isabella, I'm loving you with all I've got." "Yes, make me feel it now," she screamed. I went as deep as I could, feeling myself release. "I just gave you all I could," I said. Imagining the future, she kept meeting my movements, lost in the pleasure until she couldn't move anymore. I rolled to the side, pulling away, noticing she didn't let anything go. I wondered where it all went. I wrapped my arms around her, and we both drifted off. Later, Isabella woke up, and so did I. "Bathroom," she said. I let her go, listening to her in the bathroom, but didn't hear the sound I was expecting. She flushed, came back, and we shared our love for each other. Later, I needed to go too. She didn't want me to leave the bed. "In the bed?" I asked. She suggested the shower instead. So, in the shower, she helped me out in a playful way. We laughed about it and went back to bed, ready to sleep again. In the morning, our love continued in the shower, laughing and enjoying each other's company. Isabella was curious about when she could get pregnant since she'd stopped her birth control. We talked about it, shared dreams of a future together, and promised to support each other. We went for a hearty breakfast, planning our day. Isabella needed to handle some business in private. I waited, worried about our future but trusting her. She called me back, and I kept my promise, showing my love for her once more. Trust and love were our promises to each other. We faced the day together, ready for whatever came our way, knowing we'd handle it as one. As I was with her, I saw how her skin moved under my touch, and I loved how her bottom danced with each push. I played with how fast and hard I went, seeing how it shook her. "If you don't finish soon, I'm going to lose it," she said. "Then I can tell you something good," I replied. Good thing she didn't say, "We need to talk." I grabbed her tight and went as hard as I could until she yelled into the pillow, and I was right there with her. She fell flat, and I slipped out. "Michael, come lay by me," she said. Sure, I lay beside her and wrapped an arm around her. She turned, doing the same. "Arrow loves you. That's what happens when you rely on someone for life. I love him too. Would you jump in front of a bullet for him?" I paused, thinking of when I did just that. "Yes, for Jagger or Poacher, yes." "Have you?" I didn't speak. She looked into my eyes and knew. "Michael, would you do that for me?" I would even, a week ago, probably not, thanks for being honest. I can't say I do the same because I don't really know what it means, but I'll do anything I can think of for you. I get that. What's this all about, Isabella? I had Arrow clear the house of all furniture and clothes. He got a big bed and some simple bedding for the main room. When we go there, that's all we'll have. We'll make the bed ours, then choose what else we want, making each thing ours too. This will be our place, and I hope our home. I thought about her words and what they meant. She really listened to me and wanted to make this work. Michael, if you ever wonder if Pete and Catherine were there, tell me. We'll leave and find a new place, okay? Did I do all right? You did great. When is this happening? Now. We can go there at 1. Arrow will have the keys. Don't you have a key to your own place? Arrow's changing the locks, so he'll give us new ones at 1. Okay, sounds perfect, my love. I love hearing that. Oh, and I asked Arrow to check on our security team to make sure none of them were too close to Pete or messing around. They have today to sort it out, or they're out by Monday. Can they really do it that fast? If they want to keep their jobs. Arrow's a good man. He is that and more. So let's shop for furniture. Isabella got excited at the word shopping and danced around the room, making me happy watching her move. Then she stopped. Oh no, what's up? I'm leaking. She ran to the bathroom, and soon I heard the shower. Time for me to join. She invited me into the warm water, and we cleaned up together in a very close way. After that, we got dressed and went to a fancy furniture store. I asked the sales guy, why not buy cheaper stuff that looks the same across town? He said, it's about what it's made of. Cheap stuff uses softwood that won't last, but their stuff made from hardwoods like maple, oak, and mahogany could last generations. They even replace it if it breaks under normal use, just not if it burns in a fire. Wow, sold. Isabella, choose what you like. Let's do it room by room for the whole house. Yes. Oh no, what if I mess up? Isabella looked worried. Isabella, if that happens, our grandkids will just have to deal with it, so don't sweat it, okay? We began in the living room, then moved to the dining area. After that, the main bedroom. Isabella thought we should get the same bed sets for the other 4 rooms too. Then we looked at the G room, but I wanted to wait on that. I might turn it into a GU space. Sounds fair. Now, do we have everything? Tables, lights, little things? The store guy stepped in at that point. I'm not trying to talk myself out of a sale here, but are you too sure about all this? She's sure. It's going to cost a lot. Yeah, when can you bring it? We've got it all at our place. We can bring it over tomorrow at 10 a.m. Maybe 11 a.m. would be better to make sure everything gets there safe and sound. That works. We'll be there at 11 a.m. How will you pay? Maybe one of our payment plans. Can I use a debit card? I must have looked like I hit the guy. Cash, yep. I hate owing money. Is that all right? What am I going to say? No. Sorry, just shocked. Not many pay in full. Well, we are. Is the delivery included in the price? Yes, everything includes delivery. Great. Isabella, anything else? No, Michael, if this doesn't make our place feel like home, I'm lost. I know something that will. Put us two who love each other with all this stuff, and it will be perfect. I love you. 1SEC, I turned back to the salesman, thanks, see you tomorrow. Can I see the place too? He asked. I was hoping you'd help with the move. My back, though, won't let me lift heavy things, but I'll be there to help out. Stay for some food and coffee after. All right, thank you, he said, surprised. No problem, and your name? Richard Edwards. Good to do business with. You, Richard. See you. We shook hands with Richard. I took Isabella by the hand, paid, and we drove off to the place. It was my first time seeing it, and I liked the area right away. Not too fancy, but cozy. There were bikes in the yards and not many weeds. Isabella told me where to turn, and when I did, I stopped quickly. Catherine looked very upset on the steps. We pulled up and sat, trying to figure out what to do when Arrow came up. "Hey, rugged man," we hugged, "and you must be Isabella," after a big hug to both of us. He noticed Catherine. "That's your wife, the old one? So she's the ex?" "Not yet, I'm replacing her," I said it loud enough for Catherine to hear. "You won't divorce me?" she asked hopefully. "Nope, if you want a divorce, you handle it. I won't reward your cheating. I'll make it hard for you, but I get half of everything. I have nothing, it's all in a trust. And if you broke that, well, it'd be very bad for you." "That's not fair," she complained. "Fair? Was it fair when you cheated? When you chose Pete over me? When you lied about kids? No. So Pete gets you. If you do divorce me, it won't matter. Isabella and I are together, no matter what. Make a life with Pete and leave while you can. But I have nothing. You sold our house." "Our house?" I corrected, "it stopped being a home when you left with Pete." "Fine, you took the car. I had nothing when the movers came. I moved in with Pete, and then he, pointing at Arrow, kicked us out. Pete said eviction needed 30 days' notice. He said that's for renters, not squatters. If Pete had a lease, it'd be different. So where's your stuff?" "It's at a mate's place from work." That made me smirk a bit. Her bad day was just starting. "So why aren't you at work?" Isabella asked, getting a bit short with her. "I took the day off. So I could sort this mess out, if you must know," Catherine shot back a little sharply. "There's nothing to sort. Catherine, to me, it looks like you left for what you thought was better, and it flopped. You took a big risk and lost. At least you're still healthy." Isabella jumped in again. "Right then, would you mind leaving? We've got stuff to do, and who are you to tell me what to do?" Catherine said. "I own the company that owns this house, and you're just in the way." Catherine stood there, blinking a few times. For someone not too sharp, she sure could catch on quick. "You're the one who bought out the company and kicked Pete out," Isabella said. "Yes, I did. Me and my partner here." With those words, Isabella took me into her arms and kissed me. That's when Catherine lost it and went for Isabella, grabbing a chunk of her hair before Isabella punched her hard in the jaw. Catherine ended up on the driveway, dazed. "Good punch," I said, quite impressed. "I took classes for self-defense. A girl's got to know how to handle herself." "I'll remember not to make you mad." Catherine heard that. "I'm your wife, me," she cried out. "Wrong. Yes, I'm married to you, but Isabella is my real partner. She's loyal and true and only has eyes for me. You, on the other hand, don't check any of those boxes, Catherine. So while we are technically married, we're not really together in any way that counts. And from today, you don't work at my company anymore. Where are you crashing?" Isabella added. "I won't tell you, you'll just fire her to get back at me. I'm not that small. But just so you know, if she's been with Pete, she's out too. You might want to let her know." "I can't call her, my phone's dead, got nowhere to charge it," Catherine said. "That's too bad. By now, if she was with Pete, she probably knows." Catherine got herself up, trying to look a bit dignified, and before she left, she said, "I'm sorry, Michael. Someday I'll get why I did it, but now I don't. I guess I didn't love you enough. And I'm sorry about the kids, there were never going to be any. I had an STD when I was younger that messed up my tubes. I was on pills just to keep things regular. After that, I felt like I had to be with someone to feel like a woman. I'm sorry." "Me too, Catherine. This all happened because I have friends who stick by me. That's something to think about for the future." Catherine left then, no crying, just walked away with her head down. "Let's check out our house, Isabella. Give me a sec with Arrow, okay, love? I'll wait here. Let's walk in together." Sure, I took Arrow aside, away from the driveway. Arrow, Catherine's technically still my wife, so keep an eye on her. If her friend's out of a job too, let me know. I don't want her homeless, okay? Got it, boss. We went back to the front door, where Arrow handed me the keys. I unlocked it, and we stepped into a big, impressive, but very empty house. Our footsteps echoed as we walked in. Michael, this place is huge, Jagger said. It's worth a lot. There's also a cabin in the mountains and a small place in New Zealand. New Zealand? I was surprised. Looks like Pete had big plans for retirement. What else? I glanced at the papers Arrow was holding. A few cars, nothing special, and a boat down in Nevada. We could sell the New Zealand place and the boat, keep the cabin. You might want to think a bit before that, Arrow said. He showed us pictures on his iPad. The cabin looked amazing, nestled in the mountains, and the boat was a houseboat. Isabella, check these out, I said. Oh wow, we need to talk about what to do. The cabin seems like a perfect escape. Could be great for you and your mates to hunt or fish, and maybe someday show kids about the wild. Arrow raised an eyebrow. Easy, Arrow, not yet. But yeah, someday, little ones running around. That cabin's a keeper. Then they'd wreak havoc here otherwise, he laughed. We'll chat more later, Isabella. I agree to sell, but put the money back in the company. Anything else? Not right now. I'd show you around, but I don't know it myself. Isabella probably knows more than me, so unless there's more, I've got work to get back to. Thanks for everything, it's what we do. I still owe you. It was nice meeting you, he said before hugging my new life partner, Arrow. When we settle down, let's throw a big party for all the Marines linked to Michael and their families too, Isabella suggested. Well, maybe not everyone, Arrow replied. A bit down, why not? Isabella wondered. She doesn't know yet, does she? No, she doesn't. That makes me worried, Isabella mentioned. It's not too bad, Isabella, but I might not be the best one to explain, Arrow said. Then who should tell me? Arrow and I looked at each other, then both turned to Isabella. Jagger. Jagger? Yes, he's the one who knows everything. I was too busy causing chaos, and Arrow was busy with other things. Talk to Jagger. Thanks, Arrow, we'll have you over soon. Thanks, Isabella. See you, bro. Arrow hugged us and left. Want to see the house? Sure. Feeling okay? Yeah, I think I'm just overwhelmed seeing Catherine, being in this house, and everyone showing up. Let's go. Oh, shoes off first? Okay, I laughed as I took off my shoes and socks. Socks can stay on. No, I want to feel the ground. All right, here's the entryway. This side has a coat closet, that side has a shoe warmer for winter. Our guests won't have cold feet. That's cool. This leads to the big room. The fireplace works and has a gas starter. I would sit here reading, hoping Pete would notice me. We both had tears in our eyes, Michael. We need to make new happy memories here, or I'll feel sick. I held Isabella, took her to the fireplace, and we were close, her without her clothes. I made sure she wasn't on the cold floor afterwards. Isabella put in a new tampon. If we keep this up, you'll need more of those. Seems so. She kept it, then kissed me. We went to the kitchen, their things got close again. Michael, someone might see. Let them. They should know we're happy. Isabella hugged me after pressing close to the window. Thank you. She led me upstairs. The view behind her was stunning. At the top, we saw 4 bedrooms, then down another set of stairs back to the big room. She pulled me into the master bedroom. We were close again, then fell asleep together. We woke up, went to the big bathroom, took turns showering, using soap and hands to dry off. Near the shower was a big tub. We thought about using it next. The room had 2 sinks and cabinets, so no fighting over space. Isabella used the restroom and was relieved to find more tampons. I might have left marks everywhere. It's claiming the house back. Did I keep it all in? I thought so. We laughed. I'm hungry. Let's eat first. Let's grab our bags. We need clean clothes. Standing at the door, I reminded her, oh right, clothes. Unless we have visitors. Let's not. I want you to see me, and I you, just as we are, and our neighbors, they'll mind their own? Really going out like this? Yes, and you're helping with the bags. Your suitcase is heavy. Okay, off we go. We went out, grabbed our stuff from the car, unsure if we were seen or not. Back inside the house, we took the bags to the bedroom and laid them on the bed. We got dressed, and I noticed I was dry from my shower. Looking at Isabella, she was the same. Dry air in the valley must have helped us dry off fast. Before we go, do I need to help you relax in a special way? She teased. I'm all good, I told her. You seem tense, she noted. Really? I'm okay. It's fine to feel a bit tense after everything today. I'm honestly fine, I insisted, but Isabella looked disappointed. I then thought, maybe I am a bit tense. You know what, maybe I do feel a bit on edge, I admitted. She lit up with a smile. Quick as anything, Isabella had me feeling amazing with her skill. How do you manage that? I had to ask once we were done. Truth, she said, and went on to explain how she learned a similar skill one summer but never really had the chance to use it until now. I was curious if we could change things up a bit next time, and she was open to the idea with some considerations. We joked a bit about what was off limits and then realized we were both hungry. Isabella made a playful comment about wanting more meat, which led me to ask if this was a usual thing when she was on her period. She admitted it was, but being in love made her feelings even more intense. We'll work it out, I said, thinking about the future. She teased about how we'd manage when she was pregnant, and I reassured her we'd find ways to be close. Dinner was simple, steak and potatoes, with playful talk of dessert afterward. Dinner went well, with Isabella's mood swinging a bit. I knew we'd figure things out, especially with who I could talk to for advice. After dinner, we went back home, thinking ahead to making use of our garage for the first time. Once we settled back at home, Isabella brought up making a list of places to be intimate, teasing about the various locations around our vehicles. We laughed and made our way into the house, into the quiet of our new life together. In the bedroom, we prepared for bed, with Isabella already hinting at what she wanted. Come morning, we got into bed, close and comfortable, ready to rest and dream together, feeling the peace and promise of our new start. I woke up to find a bright pink fluffy toy close to my face with a tiny string hanging from it. Something warm and wet was on me down there, making me feel good. When I moved, it felt even better because of Isabella's mouth. After many times of feeling great, Isabella yelled out loud and then made sure I was all clean. We both ended up a bit messy from it all morning, Michael. Morning, Isabella, sorry about that. For what? I had the banana dessert first, didn't wait for you. That's not really eating, you know? I know. Made a huge mess, isn't it yucky? I didn't think much of it. I'm happy to help you, but it's a bit yucky, don't you think? Let's not do that often, okay? I'm here for you if it makes you happy. I'm in the shower. Isabella looked sad, so she switched topics. Clean up or fun? Clean, then eat, then fun, then clean, fun, and so on. Do we have time to eat? I'll make the time. We also have to think about guests and furniture. That means we need to move fast and maybe skip some of those plans. As she walked away, her bottom seemed to speak to me, calling me to follow. We cleaned up together in the shower. I finally gave her the banana dessert she wanted while being close from behind. I couldn't help but share a thought. I don't know if I'll keep my word, I said. Which word? I'm starting to really like the idea of being even closer to you. And you want to try that? I do. Let's wait a bit. She looked worried. We had no towels, so we just rolled around to dry. When Isabella said everything was gone, she meant it. The movers are arriving soon. We can eat out and then buy what we need. The bedding is coming with the movers. I chose it while you looked at sofas. Will I like it? Every piece shows different love poses. No way. I can't wait, I was amazed. I chose colors that match the rooms. Some have patterns, some are plain, and some have flowers. The guest rooms are simple. How much was it all? It was included in the total price. Now let's grab some food and towels. We got ready and went to my favorite place for breakfast. We were so in love, feeding each other and sharing kisses. You two look so in love. Newlyweds kind of, Isabella blushed. You get a discount, the server beamed. We'll have pie, Isabella smiled. I didn't wake up to a scary sight this morning, Isabella joked about not having a messy face. Just a bit, it was a short one this time. Wow, so in a week, we might be thinking about a family. I'm all for it if you are, for real. Yes, I love you, and I meant everything I said, she was overjoyed. You're amazing, he just said. We're planning for a baby next week. Can't wait to be glowing, Isabella shared with the server. My experience was a bit different, but all the best, the server laughed. We enjoyed our pie, playing with the cream and pie filling. Now we look like we should have this morning, Isabella laughed. Can't help but love you, I cleaned her up, and she cleaned my face too. Let's shop before the movers come. Sure, and I need to call Haley about work stuff. Sounds good. We thanked the server with a good tip for being so kind. Michael, she was so nice. Let's always ask for her when we come back, okay? I love that idea. I helped Isabella into the car, and as she got in, I gave her a quick kiss. She laughed, and I love her laugh. I started the truck, and we headed out before ringing Haley. We're two for our shopping, she gave me a smile and said, mall's good. I'll get Haley on loud so you can hear, I nodded, and we made for the mall while Isabella called up. Hey, Haley. Isabella, where you at? Why ask? Security stopped loads of women and some guys at the door this morning. Didn't even let Pete in. That bad, eh? Yep. Does this mean what I think it does? Looks like Pete and others got caught. Man, that's why security rang me on Sunday, asking if I knew any women with Pete. They warned me about my job. I said Catherine's name. They asked if I was with Pete, and I got mad, said no. Haley still seemed mad about it. Catherine must have told on others, and it went on from there, Isabella thought. Can we keep going a few days with who we have? Yeah, Isabella, I think all who got in work hard. Are we good in all areas? Thin, but we're covered. Does everyone know I own it now? What, really? Yeah, calm down, Michael, and I bought it. Michael, Catherine's XO boy. Yep, and we're together now. I'm boss, and he's with me. It's all happening fast. Listen, call a meet of all heads for 1 p.m., get them in the meeting room, and I'll call and fill them in. Don't spill about me, just say new owners want to chat through. Cool, got it, boss. Ma'am, Your Highness, Haley joked. I'll fire you, Isabella joked back. You can't, I know this place back to front, only you know more. Catch you later, Haley, and thanks. Sure thing, Isabella. Bye. Isabella hung up and looked at me. That was something. So half the women out, and all's in the dark. They showed up and got to work. Looks like a strong team to build on, I said. Sure does. Park over there. We shop, head home, then I've got that meat from the office, right? Boss, ma'am, Your Highness, jerk. Is that a yes? Yes, now if I did, you'd go nuts, Isabella. Yeah, love, I have to call Catherine and make my offer. You go shop, and I'll wait here. Cool, hey, be nice. She's lost her job and place to stay 'cause her friend got fired too. No need to be mean. I'll try not to be too harsh. Thanks, she kissed me and gave me a playful touch before leaving. I looked at the phone, then finally called. What do you want? To gloat? Catherine was bitter. Bit of both, you know? I'm jobless today, right? Yeah, you and every woman there that was with Pete. Half of them. What? She was shocked. Thought you were his only. He said so. Looks like her telling on others backfired. I could hear her cry as it all sank in. I've got a deal. Can you hear me out? I said, I'm dumb, lost it all because of my choices. True, can't undo that, but I still care. Won't divorce and split everything since I've got little. But, sign the papers and I'll give you $800 a week for 10 years. That's $41,600 a year. With that, you could get by, but you need a job for more, like a car or fun. Fight me and get nothing. I thought you loved me. I did, but what you did hurt. I'm not in love anymore. So, what do you say? What about Isabella? What of her? Once we're done, I'll marry her. We'll have kids. It only matters to you? After a pause, she said, I'll take it. Go to the credit union, start new accounts. Got $150? No, she sobbed. Find a branch. Call me there, and I'll bring your first $800. Then it's every Sunday night. I haven't signed yet. She was quiet. Will you bail? No, she whispered. I'm sorry, Michael. Really am. You're sorry for how things turned out for you, not for the lying. Keep their names to yourself unless you want trouble. You'll see who's missing at work. I only did guys from work. I wish you told me that before. It might have saved us. But not now, she asked. But not now, I replied. I'll head to one of the branches after lunch. Okay, bye. I sat and stared at the phone after hanging up. Dumb girl. She had it all. And now Isabella does. If we're smart, we'll keep it forever. Dumb girl. I still care, but man, do I hate her. There was a loud knock on the back window, and I saw Isabella with her arms full. I hit the button, and the back door opened for her. She loaded everything in and shut the back, then ran to the other side and stopped. I looked at her. She looked at me, and I got the hint. I jumped out and opened her door for her. I got a kiss and a pat. I was worried we were done, she said, half kidding, half serious. I'm sorry. I was upset thinking about my chat with Catherine today, she realized. I wasn't mad. I was hurt, she said. Sorry. And I think she meant it. Do you want her back? Isabella asked. No, I've got you. And that's what I've always wanted. I thought Catherine was it, but I was wrong. And you're scared I'll hurt you too, though I worried about it these past few days. I don't now. My gut says you won't, Michael. Until I met you, I didn't really get what loving someone meant. I can't explain it. I just love you so much. Saying I love you doesn't seem enough. Let's go home, move the furniture in, and begin your meeting, okay? I said. You said home, not house, Isabella was thrilled. Yeah, I guess I did. I now have 2 amazing homes, and I can't wait to enjoy both. I drove us to our home. 2 homes. Yes, the one we live in and the one with you. Ooh, I like that. Isabella's hand joined mine on the shifter. I told her about the deal with Catherine, and she teared up that I'd do that for her. When we got home, Isabella opened the garage, and I pulled in. Only for my beautiful wife to hug me tight. She kissed me and squeezed. Come on, let's put things away. I want to make coffee for the delivery guys. She gave my butt a tap. We have coffee now, she grinned. Coffee cups now, she was proud. Let's go. I grabbed the bags from the Escalade's back and followed her into the house. Let me take the yellow bags to the kitchen. Could you change the sheets before the delivery guys see our mess? Yes, dear, my eye roll got me a kiss and a squeeze. Before she took the bags to the kitchen, I went upstairs, took off the dirty sheets. Where to put them, Isabella? I called. Yes, where do I put these sheets? There's a laundry chute by the bedroom doors. We have a laundry chute? Yes, love. Cool, I found the chute, a flat door that fit into the wall. I opened it, put the sheets in, and shut it. I then made the bed with new sheets. Once done, I lay down, feeling content. I put the rest of the stuff away and noticed how the bed fit perfectly in the empty room. I went downstairs to the smell of coffee. That smells good. Nothing makes a home warm like coffee and love, she teased me a bit. You need to stop, or I'll show you off when the table arrives while they watch. What if I did? Truth. I'd be embarrassed, she frowned. Then let's promise only to tease when we're alone because I might just do it. Crazy in love with you and all. And I'm just as crazy for you. Deal? Teasing is for us alone. We drank coffee and waited for the delivery guys, holding each other close. Let's get that thing down and welcome our furniture, she joked, giving me a pat. I tried to hide my excitement and followed Isabella to the door. Hello, Richard. Welcome to our home. This is great. We packed the truck by rooms. The bedrooms are first. Just tell us where. I looked at Isabella and kissed her. The lady of the house will show you around. I'll just stay out of her way, I said, stepping back. Isabella was already bossing it. She took the delivery guys upstairs to show them the 4 smaller rooms. Each bedroom set is the same. So put 1 set in each room. 1 bed, 1 dresser, 1 chest, and 2 nightstands in each. The rest marked bedroom goes in the big room downstairs, on the right of the door. The big bed pieces are clear. The dresser goes on that wall, and the chest on this one. Nightstands on each side of the bed, the makeup table there, and the big wardrobe next to the closet. The guys went down, and Isabella came over, hugged me, and led me to the kitchen and out to the deck. This is going to be great, she said, like she was dreaming. If you stay, it will be, I replied. Why do you say stuff like that? She sounded annoyed. Because I feel unsure, I admitted. She hugged me tightly and said, well, Mr. Unsure, stop it. You're making me worried. I heard her sniffle. A few weeks ago, Catherine and I were organizing a party, and now we are organizing our house. Isabella, love, I'm sorry. I just can't believe how fast things are moving. Michael, I understand. Pete moved out of my life a long time ago. I wasn't surprised when he and Catherine left that evening. He didn't take anything from me, but I can't help but think he took everything from you. She held back. Michael, yeah, I'm planning to make it all better and add babies. Please keep hoping. Hoping? Yes, hope you're trusting me and my love for you, and that I will always be here. She allowed the words to sink in. Yeah, I think I understand now. Do you, Michael? I'd do anything for you, and I think I know what that means to you. Let's go see the bedrooms. I grinned and assisted her in getting up. Ooh, I love you, your talk. We returned to find the crew exiting the main room. We looked through the rooms, each decorated differently. Is that acceptable? The big guy smiled and said, we thought it'd be nicer for the kids if the rooms weren't all the same. Isabella and I thanked him, and he left. The master bedroom looked great, everything was perfect. We kissed, and I tried to lead her to the bed, but she smiled and said, SM, not now, dear. After we kissed and realized the guys had finished cleaning up the kitchen, I said to Isabella, hey, put the table by the windows and the stools around the island, the dishes in the pantry, and the knives on the table. We can make it special tonight. I wondered how we'd do it on the dresser and the wardrobe. Thanks. Done in a flash. The dining area had a china and a liquor cabinet. The living room had the big TV, a sofa, and my chair. As soon as they set my chair and got the cover off, I was sitting in it, making Isabella laugh. She leaned over and whispered, "We'll start with this one." We checked the office. The guys just placed the desks and left the chairs, leaving me to do the wires and network. The crew packed up, making sure we liked everything. We did. The doorbell rang just then. Great timing. Isabella opened it for the pizza guy. She paid and set the pizzas on the table, then got us coffee in our new cups. "Richard, guys, break time." The crew thanked us and left, and I got naked and sat in my recliner. "Michael, meeting you said this was first." "Fine." Isabella got naked, and well, she was keeping her promise, but I stopped her and gave her a deep kiss. "I love you, Isabella." "Meeting first, sure." "Yep, plus when did you last have a work chat with no clothes on?" I laughed. We quickly had our pizza. Then I reminded Isabella about her meeting. "Oh, I see. Let's head to the office. Are you able to take notes?" Isabella was calling our office number, so I sat in hers and said, "Of course." I then grabbed a pad and a blue pen and sat in a big chair. "Hello, Boise Software, how can I help?" "Hey, I like your picking up. I am Isabella Carlos, this place's new manager. I must make a phone call to the team." "In the meeting room, are they prepared?" "Yes, sir." "I'll get you through," the voice said, pausing before a beep and the echoing sound of a speakerphone. "Hello, Chief." "Hello, Haley. Is everyone present?" "Yes, everyone is talking about it." "What's going on?" "I understand. I'll get started now. As Pete's ex, most people know me as Isabella Carlos. Tob, my friend Michael Vaughn, is also going to be my ex, but I got this place with Catherine." "Ex-wife?" one inquired. "And your ex-husband?" "Yes, as you saw, some people in Pete couldn't get in today," a second person said. "They've left. Pete for stealing money, and the guys who crossed the line with my man, as well as a few other guys who did the same with Michael's wife. This won't tolerated by me." "Yeah, Isabella, we just got engaged, and we're dating an employee here. We'll soon have rules to stop anyone from being used and make cheating a no-go." "Is that an issue?" "No, neither your partner nor you crossed boundaries with Pete or Catherine. You're fine until you start abusing power, in which case you'll be out quickly because our rule isn't in place yet. Look, I might be in the office earlier next week, but don't count on it. I'll be in the office. I've heard you're all reliable, devoted, and hardworking. You've shown me that you value that. I rely on each and every one of you to get things done this week. Ask Haley anything she doesn't know the answer to, and give me a call. This place can shine with our help." A woman questioned, "That's not true. We haven't seen bonuses in years." I was about to leave, but Haley told me to wait, so I am, for the time being. Though my ex was keeping it hidden, the place has been making a lot of money. After we get it back, there will be bonuses. "Haley, any issues?" "And thanks for sticking by." The room erupted in conversation. "We won this morning, but we don't have enough money for payroll." Haley raised her voice, "Not sure we can cover it." "Checked other funds?" "Yes, one has enough, but it's for expenses in the future." "Can you move the funds?" "No, that fund is locked," she insisted, "but mine is locked, too, yes, each and every one of us." Pete was surreptitiously funding one of my accounts before sending it overseas. I secured it, forcing him to sell when the tax collectors showed up. Payroll will be taken care of when I unlock it and return the funds for what we require. Anything further? List what you need for your areas and what they should get paid, Haley continued. Yes, we need to fill the spots of those you let go. Haley sounded shocked when she heard the words, Haley, find someone for your job since you'll be my right hand. Isabella looked at me as she said, I trust you. You're perfect for me. I was handling my excitement. If that's all, then back to work. I'm thrilled to lead this company and count on Michael to help me lead well. Oh, one more thing, I'll host a barbecue. Michael's a great cook, boss, a man asked Isabella. Please, okay. Isabella sounds like you and Michael are a pair, just making sure nothing falls apart. Now that we're cleaning house, folks, Michael and I are an item, maybe marriage. We're in love, and I want us to be like a family here. Forget the dating rule. If it's love, I don't mind, but no cheating, that's a deal breaker. Anything else? Yes, Isabella looked at me, my tension obvious. Thank you, love, stay wonderful. Are we done now? All right, get to it. No nods for more, Boss Haley said. I'm honored to be the owner of this fantastic establishment and am eager to change everyone's life. I hope to see you on Monday, or perhaps earlier. I love you all. Goodbye, everyone, the caller said, hanging up. Why are you rubbing your own body? Since you haven't arrived at my place. I'm at your place, correct? Michael, yes, love, make it feel this good when you get me pregnant. Sure thing. For the next 45 minutes, I was ecstatic. The chair was sturdy. Isabella was sitting on me, moving up and down without stopping, and she yelled out several times. When I was finished, I pulled the chair back and pushed up into her as she fell onto me. I'm eager to become pregnant. Please, please, let it feel this amazing. I guess I can wait for just great stuff until it's time to try for a baby next month, she said. For now, let's keep feeling great when we're together. Indeed, my next period is in about 25 days, and I need to stop taking the birth control. Then a little more to be truly prepared, as soon as possible for you. Isabella left a mark on my new chair as we hugged and kissed. It looks ready to me. It'll be my second favorite mark here. Yes, for sure. Yes, the first mark will be the one we make when you become pregnant. After sorting clothes and choosing spots in the closet, hanging up winter coats, and making room for Isabella's enormous shoe collection, we fell hungry and, after dinner, had our first dinner at our table, where, of course, we covered each other in salad before making more marks on the table and island. After showering, we made more marks on the dresser and the toilet seat. We spent the rest of the day outside, making more marks on the deck, after cuddling on the sofa while watching a movie. We made more marks there. Finally, we went to bed and left new ones on the linens. The following morning, we gradually dressed and made breakfast less of a shambles. I received a call from Catherine, so Isabella and I went to the credit union where she was waiting. We entered together, much to her dismay, and I opened 2 accounts, depositing $1,800 in one and $25 in the other. Are you still at Olivia's? Yes, but is it her place? She might move for work. The place is rented. Are you able to assume the rent? I believe so. If not, ask the office if you can have it when she leaves. All right, Catherine said, her expression dejected. There's no chance, no way for us, Catherine. You put a stop to it. I'm soon going to start a family with Isabella. I'll get divorce papers sent to you by my lawyer. It'll be finished soon, just sign and call. I'm very sorry, Michael. I realize now that what I caused was hurt, not rage. I hope you won't despise me indefinitely. You've hurt Michael a lot, so I don't think that's a good idea. I need a friend. Isabella said. Never believe that you can return. Find someone to be true to and move on. Isabella, you are so annoying me. Did you encourage Pete to deceive me in order to obtain Michael? Pete was after Michael, and you just went with it. He's out now. Catherine was upset. Maybe you need a new place? You know what, he was good at some things, even though I don't want him. It's true that Michael has improved at using just his tongue, my love. All right, no more lies about being prepared for me like you used to, and no need for a second chance. Before we sold the house, did you remove your belongings from it? Take your deal and leave us be, Catherine said, stunned and unable to speak. Goodbye, Catherine. I shook my head at Isabella as we walked out of the bank and toward the car. I was so close to letting it go. She's still not seeing it. While we grab some food, let's discuss what to do with the office. Perhaps stop by and give everyone a surprise. All right, kiss me. I need it after that, Isabella said, looking up at me. I did. Then we drove to the office. I had never been there before. Catherine never asked me to join her for lunch or anything. I think it was so I wouldn't see her with her other lovers. I was eager to meet the team who were true and fair. I followed directions and pulled into the spot Isabella pointed out. It was marked President. She jumped out and ran around, happy. Michael, it's mine. I have a place of my own. Really, she was dancing around? Who would have guessed? We held hands, kissed, and went inside. There was a desk with security. We showed our IDs. The guard smiled at Isabella and gave her a pass. Clip this on while you're here. I'm Isabella Carlos, ma'am. It says you're new. Come back here after your first day for your real badge. First ST. I've been here for 3 years. If you've been here that long, then you know the mess here this week. To start over and make changes to things like sick days and rank, HR fired everyone. Which department are you in? Department? Yes, ma'am, the guard replied, as if Isabella were insane. I am the boss and owner, Isabella angrily declared. Sir, you're not on the list, she yelled, and I recognized the guard's expression as he looked at me. You're not getting in. Is he able to be my guest? Yes, after you go to HR and back through here, the guard replied gravely to Isabella's question. What? Isabella, it's okay, I said to her as she was ready to lose it. I gently suggested, call Haley. These are the new bosses, Haley said as soon as Isabella called her assistant. Haley said to the guard, let them in. He apologized, saying, just doing my job. Hello, my name is Michael Marine, I said. Yes, sir, with a firm handshake, same here. I appreciate your strictness. Don't worry. Yes, sir, thank you, he replied with a small smile. We'll sort the badges after, I said. Haley got us a ride in the elevator. Haley, please stop, I interrupted. She started to apologize. He's carrying out his duties effectively. Do all the security personnel have military experience? We can ask HR, I'm not sure, she remarked. We met and spoke with many grateful people. I was referred to as Catherine's husband. Can all of the managers gather here? Isabella inquired. With a sure, I'll call them now, Haley answered. We were all getting together soon, and it was nice to see the faces from yesterday, hopeful but wary of all the trouble that had been going on lately. Hello everyone, this is co-owner Michael Vaughn. This is part of Michael's arrangement, and Catherine cheated on him with Pete. He's a Marine, trustworthy and sincere. Be fair, and everything will work out. Have you all gotten your lists about the needs of your department? Haley said. Great, Haley has them right here, boss, as all hands went up. Isabella remarked, I'll look at them later and figure out our plan. A man with a sharp accent said, there's a big need. We're behind on a project due this week. I could be of assistance. I said, I can debug, I code. Let's see it after this, the man said. Why hold off, Isabella? I'm sorry, do you need your name or me? Benjamin shook my hand and said. Go ahead, you need him or I. Michael, don't forget to record your hours. This is not a place for free labor. You get paid for your labor. I made a joke, I like getting paid, which made her blush. The room fell silent, but Isabella chuckled and gave me a gentle prod. This work is going to be enjoyable, Haley muttered. Yes, Haley, I see that Michael and Pete are divorcing, and I'm leaving him as soon as Pete finishes his tax work. I'm getting married to Michael. I want you to look forward to coming to work here. Ought to be enjoyable and fulfilling. You get it? Now let's get back to work. I'm heading to HR to formalize matters. The HR director blushed and nearly passed out, saying, "Looks like the boss was kicked out yesterday and marked as a new hire." That was smart. Isabella laughed aloud. "That's my desire." She muttered, "We're starting over here, but we'll keep things like vacation and seniority the same. Got it? You may now depart." With Benjamin, I went to the coding team while Isabella was wrapping up her speech. He led me to Tom's former location. After having Benjamin sign me in, I got to work resolving the project's problems. I quickly identified and fixed some really terrible code. The program functioned considerably better. "You just figured out 80% of it, wow." He showed me code that he believed to be a mess and said, "Let's check what I think is the big mess." I can read code well, and I identified a problem. Benjamin saw it as I did. I didn't notice that. It appears that it would quickly break the system. What the devil was Tom doing? I'm not certain. With the problems we've been having, it would make sense. Well, the jerk was with my wife, so I'd believe anything. He was? Indeed, that explains why all those people lost their jobs. The men were with my soon-to-be ex, and the women were with Pete. If he let the program to fail and then offered to fix it for money, I wouldn't be shocked. Might even tell Pete. I paused to collect myself. Benjamin said, "Let me work on this for a bit," and I worked hard to clear up most of the mess, but Isabella kept coming over to kiss me and say, "Hey, ready to head out?" Everyone is heading out. Already gone? Yes, you've been working on this for almost 5 hours. Were I absent from lunch? We had lunch together. You were glued to the screen when we called you to the meeting room. Did you accomplish much? Yes. Is Benjamin still present? Yes, he didn't want to disturb you. Benjamin was seen close to the boss. "Benjamin, take a look at this." When I ran the program, it functioned up until that point. I slammed into the desk. Always hits the same roadblock. We didn't anticipate making that much progress in just 1 week. At home, I have specialized tools. Shall I give them a try tomorrow? He looked at Isabella. "I think we can have this all worked out by Friday if the boss says so." "Can I?" I gave a quick, cute blinked. "You seem like a child with a new toy, Michael. I had no idea you enjoyed this so much." "Of course you can, Benjamin. When is tomorrow?" "I can arrive earlier, but I'm here by 7. "That works unless my future wife needs me," I replied, patting my shoulder. "No, we can sort that tonight or later tomorrow." "Fantastic, Benjamin. Let's end this now and move on. Wish not to separate you from your kin." We all departed together. I inquired at security about being allowed to return. "Yes, for tomorrow, sir. You are welcome to enter alone or with them." He nodded and grinned. "Don't salute. I've left the service behind." "Me neither, but old habits," he replied with a salute. Startled, I gave Isabella a surprise salute in return. After bidding Benjamin farewell, I took us on our way. "Are you truly fond of that stuff?" Isabella inquired. "Is it the saluting or the coding?" "The programming. We'll discuss the saluting at a later date." "Sure, I adore coding. Remember, this is how I earn my money?" She sounded cautious as she said, yes, but I'd rather we work together on our company." I had a company. "Would you work for me?" "Gives me a task to complete while you're in charge." She gave me a playful tap on the shoulder and kissed my hand. "The big boss, yeah, like Mrs. Ferris, the big deal around here. Let's head home." "Yes, ma'am. We still have more celebrating to do." The following day, with my tools and Benjamin's assistance, we finished fixing the program in a matter of hours. Tom had made a serious mistake, but we had caught him. Isabella, Benjamin, and I informed the legal team, and they called the police and brought charges against Tom for his deception and espionage. Since our software was used by the government and military, the bigwigs became involved, and although we won our case and received damages, that was a minor victory. The real victory was that Tom was imprisoned for a quarter of a century, and several companies lost their contracts with the government. Because we had been honest from the beginning and had rectified the mess, we were able to make ourselves look good before the government, and that served our interests for a long time. Isabella and I became closer within weeks of my joining the programming team, and she became pregnant 3 months later. Isabella divorced Pete, who was in trouble with the IRS and had served more time in jail due to his Idaho state, a week later, and a week after that, we had a small wedding and barbecue with my Marine buddies, Arrow and Jagger, as well as some work friends. When Isabella asked about my scars and nickname, Rugged Man, Arrow and Jagger couldn't believe it. When Jagger told her, Isabella ran to me and said she would do anything for me. We joked about her growing belly, but she had news from the doctor. She was pregnant, but she didn't tell us until after the wedding. At first, we thought it was just one baby, but then she said it was twins, Michael, one of each. Jagger told me about his old Marine days, and I calmed down to tell everyone about the twin news, even though his wife had reprimanded him for getting too close to Isabella's bump. I was giddy, running around the yard. We had a lot to look forward to. Benjamin and I handled the software jobs for the company well, making sure everything was perfect before selling. Our team, Murderer Row, would test everything to make sure there were no bugs, and Benjamin and I would fix any issues they found. That's how we started building what would eventually become one of the best security software companies around. Isabella and I made a promise to each other after the party that we would start our new life together. Benjamin was as good at coding as I was, and he had an even sharper eye for bugs than I did. Together, we headed our company's coding team. Isabella discovered that Pete's previous sales team had tricked clients with terrible offers involving female employees. She stopped it, emphasizing that we valued the quality of our products above all else. Those who persisted agreed that we ran a moral business. We listed the companies that Pete's team had deceived, stopped selling to them, and terminated their contracts for fraud, leaving them in a difficult situation. We also shared information about our commitment to honesty. Isabella's life was busy a year after the twins Michael Jr. and MJ were born, then Doris. Isabella was president of the company and handled work and family. I coded every day and loved family time. Our team received birthday and anniversary gifts, along with paid time off, which kept them content and devoted. Family was our top priority, and we avoided overtime by setting reasonable work deadlines. Our company was well known for being family-friendly. During the warmer months, we would throw a picnic for everyone and their families in the town park. One sunny park day, I was swinging with the twins, Ethan and Emma, while Isabella, MJ, and Doris were lounging in the shade when there was a scream. I turned to see a ragged woman, Catherine, running toward us, yelling that the twins were hers, and she brandished a gun. When Catherine fired 2 shots, Isabella leaped in front of me and was hit. I tackled her, disarming and wounding her, and then I rushed to Isabella. I said I'd take a bullet for you, she whispered, and I joked that I didn't need any proof. She winced and squeezed my hand, the blood spreading quickly, while I applied pressure to her wounds and tried to keep her conscious. She mentioned another baby, pointing to her stomach, which heightened my fear. "I'll be right back before you have to go," was how I quickly told the police and EMTs when they arrived, freeing me up to help Isabella. When I realized the kids were missing, I became panicked and moved to check on them, fear and worry engulfing me. I hurried over to the kids and embraced and kissed them before Haley hugged me back. "Is she okay?" "Oh no, Michael, go with her. She told me she's having a baby and she got shot twice. We'll spend the night at my house with the kids. Remain with Isabella. Regards, Haley. If I could, I would do more. Please update me." As the EMTs were transferring Isabella to the ambulance and putting her on a stretcher, I went back to them and said, "Yes, sir, I will meet you at the hospital, St. Luke's." "Will she be all right?" I was unable to feel her pulse, so I had to perform CPR. "She is shocked and has bled a little." Until the doctors examine the areas where the bullet struck, we won't know if she's okay. For the time being, she is stable. All right, I'll see you there. That's my wife, I said to the nurse at the desk in the emergency room as I hurried to my large SUV and drove to the hospital, arriving before the ambulance because they had to carefully load Isabella. Please let's quickly take care of the insurance. The nurse was really helpful and quickly got me taken care of before directing me to the ER waiting area. My phone rang while I was waiting. Jagger, rugged man, Haley told me, Isabella, how are you doing? Double shot? While she's in surgery, I'm waiting in the emergency room. Jagger, she took my bullets. Michael, Haley said Catherine did this. Yes, she looked awful. She's incredible. I almost assumed she was just any old lady. Do you need anything, man? All I'm doing is waiting. I'm here because Haley told me to stay with Isabella and she has the kids. Okay, tough guy, call out if you need anything and we'll take care of it. After what seemed like forever, I heard a voice and I turned off my phone, not wanting to get a lot of calls when I had nothing to report. I sat thinking about the times I had with my wife, considering all that might go wrong. Mr. Hi, Vaughn. My name is Dr. Evan. I'm the ER physician who attended to your spouse. She is no longer in danger after her surgery, and the baby. The infant appears to be well. Her heart gave out. How long did I have to perform CPR? I realized now that I hadn't mentioned that to the EMTs, and he seemed worried. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes. The infant is going to be just fine. It appears like a .22 bullet went straight through her. They just made little holes, missed her shoulder bone, and didn't hit anything particularly hard because they weren't large or messy. Her left lung's upper surface only required sutures, and she may wish to have the lesions on her left side repaired at a later time. Can she continue to feed our youngest child? Our 1-year-old still requires breast milk. For now, I would advise using the opposite side. She could come out with a mixture of blood and milk. She will be asleep for a while, but you are welcome to see her. Thanks, Doc, I appreciate it. After entering Isabella's room and sitting by her bed with her hand in mine, I decided to give Haley a call. Hello, Haley. Michael, what's up with her? She'll be all right. Later, they'll let me know when she's free to go, right? Now that she's out, the doctor reported that her wounds were clean. I am going to be here day and night. Please tell others so that I don't receive an excessive amount of calls. I got it. I'll deliver new clothes to you first thing tomorrow. Are my keys necessary for you? No, Isabella's bag is with me. I'll get clothes for the kids and you. Do you require anything more? Thank you, but no, Haley. I am obliged to you. The two of you have excelled. Just give her your whole attention. I'll take care of work on Monday after I take care of the kids. I'm grateful, Haley. Goodbye. I adjusted my chair, had a thought, and then moved over to the nurse's desk. Hello, my spouse is in room HH3. She's hosting me. I want to fall asleep. Can someone please show me where to sit so I don't block anything? Grinning, one of the nurses led the way back for me. Mister, you have a nice chair there, Vaughn. We have no trouble getting through to her. Even if you nod off, you can talk to her while holding her hand and not get in the way of us. Thank you. Isabella and I sat hand in hand all day, until around supper time, when a doctor came to check on her and quietly called me out. Hello, Mr. Vaughn. My name is Dr. Caleb. Your spouse is doing good. She has no infection, and her sleep medication is being reduced. They seem very early on, but they're gentle and won't hurt the baby. I can get you a bed if you plan to stay. It would be fantastic. Do I still need to do anything? Not at all. Just call a nurse if she wakes up, and try not to panic. Okay, document. A nurse soon changed Isabella's bandages, closed her curtain, and adjusted her medication while I laughed and shook his hand. I have to work alone on this. Please move outside. She is, of course, my wife. I witnessed the birth of all 4 of her children and have seen her body. Nothing fresh to report. Mr. Vaughn has 2 gunshot wounds. Some people find that too much to bear. I was stationed in Afghanistan as a Marine. I've witnessed worse. A few minor bullet holes will not harm me. I won't say anything if you stay, but the rules say you can't. I grinned and said, won't say a word. The nurse laughed and started to change the bandages. After stitching up the 2 small holes and adding some dark marks around them, she applied new bandages, prepared the bandage for her back, and gently lifted Isabella. The holes at the back were larger and had more dark marks surrounding them. When she was finished, the nurse gave me a serious look. This will continue through the evening shift. Regards. After the nurse left, I fell asleep until I dreamed that I was running to Isabella's voice. As I leapt through a massive gap in my dream, I woke up and saw Isabella sitting up in bed, staring at her with her eyes just opened. I pressed the call button while holding her hand and shedding a few tears. When the nurse arrived and observed Isabella awake. This is Vaughn. Hello, miss. What is your emotional state? Thirsty. I got it. Any discomfort? Is your shoulder feeling better? The nurse then hit the call button once more. It hurts a little bit. No, I'm just extremely thirsty. Just then, a second nurse entered the room holding a cup, which she handed to Isabella, who accepted it as the nurse placed an ice chip in her mouth. Don't rush it, just let it melt. There's an abundance of ice. Regards. Isabella looked up at me. Are the kids all right? Haley did indeed bring them home. Your infant is doing okay too. What a lovely way to tell me, my love. Isabella smiled a little, content with the attention she was receiving. Hey, love, maybe we should make this bed special. Isabella was going to get better. She was going to be out of the hospital in a week. At home, I changed her bandages 3 times a day, and she liked to walk around in just her bandages for some reason. Pretty soon, the kids started walking around without clothes too. She smiled but fell asleep before I could say anything more.